full-time position for a help desk specialist for Fort Irwin, California, with a federal agency. I don't get a lot of these, so I'm definitely excited to share this one with you guys. But before we get into this help desk specialist in Fort Irwin, California, I want to tell you guys that if you didn't already know, if you haven't been watching these, if this is the first time you've seen me, I have a course if you're interested. It's right here. Here's the link. The course tells you how to work remotely, how I've been able to do it for many years, how to find these remote jobs, and then how to actually position yourself to get them. And then I have another course that tells you how to get into cybersecurity and also make up to 6 figures. There's no guarantees here. It takes hard work. There's no magic. It's telling you how I do it, so there's absolutely no guarantees. But if you do what I do, you have some level of experience. Hell, I even tell you what experience to get to that level. It will take work on your part, but it's worth a listen. So go check it out at this link right here if you're interested. Okay, let's get into it. Like I said, this is a help desk specialist in Fort Irwin, California. And the technical recruiter is saying, hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm a technical recruiter at eTalent Network. We're fast growing, blah, 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 blah. Let's just get right into the title. Help desk specialist for Irwin, California. Clearance. They want a secret clearance. And willing to process up to top secret. The reason I say willing to process because top secret clearance is very intrusive in your life. Top secret clearance, what they do is they investigate people you have known in your life. Like they literally will, and I know you think I'm messing with you. They actually go to where you used to live. They talk to your parents. They'll talk to your friends, your family. They'll talk to neighbors across the street and say, hey, do you know this guy? Crazy. And then they'll actually do this very in-depth interview with you for top secret clearance. It's very intrusive. They also look at your finances. I think they look at your credit score. You got to fill out this 20-page document online called Equip. I mean, it's so intrusive, right? And then SCI clearance, top secret SCI, even more inclusive. I mean, more intrusive than that one. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the duties that you will perform, well, okay, it says willing to take Windows certification. So they're going to want you to get a Windows certification. That's why I like these lower level positions, which is what this sounds like, is because they give you a little bit of flexibility to grow. And I really like that when they do that kind of stuff. Okay, duties include diagnosing and solving problems in response to customer reported incidents. Okay, so there's a little bit of security there, reporting incidents. That means like you're in an environment, like you're in a help desk, like you're in an office environment, right? And it's you and probably several other people. And you're taking calls from people who have laptops. And they're saying, hey, my computer won't start, right? My computer, that's not necessarily an incident. It's not a security incident. Well, if you're reporting it, then yeah. It's not like your computer won't start. It's more like I got an email and it sent me to this crazy page. And then so you would report that to some other security people that are normally in another office or in another cubicle somewhere else. You would report that to them, and maybe you guys sit down, and then that would get reported to a supervisor or something to get escalated in accordance with how damaging the attack was. So incidents normally refer to like major outages or like security issues or like stuff like that. Researching, evaluating, and provide feedback on problematic trends, patterns, and customer support requirements. So this is talking about the technical stuff happening. Like let's say the network, half the network goes down. Like only one part of the LAN, the local area network goes down in your office space. And so you would indicate that there's a pattern of calls coming in from this part of the office. So that's what they mean. There's like a trend happening every Wednesday at 5, this part of the network goes down and these 5 people are calling you saying, hey man, this thing's going down, like how do we fix this? So that's what they mean by problematic trends and patterns of customer requirements. Or like a more normal one would be like customers calling in saying, hey, I can't use Adobe to sign these documents, you know? And then 5 or 4 people are having the same problems, like a pattern that keeps happening. And then you find out, you report it, you research it, and then you're going to evaluate, and then you find out, oh, we don't have enough licenses. Their license expired. Now we got to go buy more seats for this software, stuff like that. Developing and maintaining problem tracking and solution databases. So this is things like Remedy. So Remedy is like a ticketing system where it's a database of all the problems going on. And so what happens is you get a call from somebody, your customer base, and they're like, hey, I'm having issues with my system. I can't access sites. I don't know what's going on, but I can't access sites. So as soon as you get that call, you'll go ahead and open up a ticket for them, right? That database called Remedy is just one. There's many other ones like ServiceNow and like some other ones. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember them. But Remedy, and I don't even know if Remedy is still called Remedy, to be honest. ServiceNow, let's say ServiceNow. ServiceNow ticketing system, you would put their information in there saying they can't access this or that website. We're evaluating whether or not it's a network. It's not a network-wide problem because everybody else is fine, but their system cannot access the network, the internet. So then you would put that in the ticket. You have a brief synopsis of what's going on, who they are, where they are, what time it occurred, and all that stuff is being recorded in a database. So that's what they mean by developing, maintaining, problem tracking solution database. Installing, configuring, troubleshooting, and maintaining customer hardware or software. This is just basic help desk stuff. They call you, my system's not booting up, I don't know what's going on. You go respond to them, see what's going on, check it out, fix it. You find out it's a hardware problem, you got to replace their system, or maybe it's a software problem. Their Windows got corrupt, so you got to put in a boot disk to recover their systems, stuff like that. Managing customer service requirements in Remedy. Oh, there you go, Remedy. That's the same one as before, where you're maintaining the database, where you're putting stuff in there. So this one sounds like a classic help desk job. These are great if you're just starting out because they are such great learning experiences. You're gonna learn security because you're involved with incident response. You're gonna learn how to patch systems. You're gonna learn how to respond to vulnerabilities and threats and attacks on the network if you're in that kind of environment. You're going to learn basic troubleshooting of software, hardware, and even firmware. You're going to learn customer interaction, like the tiered system of customer interaction, like where you have to deal with manager customers differently than you have to deal with like your help desk level people that you have to deal with the security team, and then there's a network team, and you have to know how to navigate and talk to each one of these people. And so this is a great entry level. Help desk is one of the greatest. I used to be on help desk, and it was such a learning experience, you know. And you're not like thrown in the fire. Well, sometimes you are, but it's stuff that you can pick up. You know, it's not like servers where you have to know a little bit of networking and a little bit of security and a little bit of patching and a little how to talk to managers and how to talk to the customers sometimes. Like you don't have, like with servers, system administrators, servers, people like who do servers, they have to know a lot of other stuff. You know, they're not network gurus, but they have to know enough to get their system to work. And then like networking guys, like network engineers, they have to know a little bit of system administration. They have to know a little bit of basic troubleshooting. They have to know a lot of networking protocols. You have to know like not only network protocols, but like switches, routers, and all of those internetworking devices. They have to know a lot of pieces that fit into the network because they have to know how those things, like the firewall issues, encryption. They have to know all of that, little bit of all that stuff, but their core knowledge is going to be network engineer. But the thing about help desk is that you get a little taste of all those things. Really, what you really have to know is basic hardware, software, and then how to deal with customers. I mean, that's really it, and everything else you can kind of learn. They don't expect you to come on off the street and have this advanced knowledge of how to hook switches together. Not normally. It's normally just like basic troubleshooting. Okay, developing customer support policies, procedures, and standards. There's another little slice that you get to learn there on the spot. They are gonna expect you to do this. However, they'll kind of like walk you through it. And normally they'll already have documentation, policies, procedures, and standards, and you're just really updating those. And sometimes you're developing them from scratch, but you have an old one that you can go by. So you can use theirs as a template and then write a new one based on the new policies. And it's not like you're just coming up with this off the top of your head. There's regulations from that government agency, and then there's also local regulations that they'll tell you, hey, here's the old regulations, we want you to make a policy based off of these regulations here. And it'll be things like you can't leave your workstation open when you walk away. You have to take your smart card out whenever you walk away. You have to, it's stuff like that. You know, it's like common sense kind of stuff. And only every now and then you'll get into more complex issues like encryption, making sure that data at rest is encrypted, and making sure that, like, what encryption keys are you using, who manages the encryption keys. Like, there's policies that are a little bit more complicated, and backups can get a little complicated and stuff. But normally you have other people who manage that stuff, and that's their job every day. So you basically developing the policy, you're talking to them saying, okay, is this still valid? Are we still doing this? What about this? How do we do this? How long are we keeping the files if we're doing a backup? Stuff like that. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, I guess that's it. If you guys are interested in this job, if you're interested in the help desk specialist in California, just go ahead and go in the description below. It'll be there. And I'll also put the contact information if it's there. Yep, there's the contact information. I'll put that there as well. That's it, guys, for this week. I'm out.